All right, kids, let's get it in there. I hate to do it to you guys this morning, but we're going to have to get this one in the bag a little quick so I can get on to work. There you are. I was missing my chat window, so if anybody drew first blood already, I missed it. Yeah. There's Patrick. Good morning. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to run out the door like the second the show's over, so we're going to have to wrap it up on time, if not a couple of minutes early. Oh, Dave, you'll just have to try harder in the future. Get that coveted first blood badge. And Legion, there are only 2 likes. You don't have to pay, but you do have to clap. Do it. Do it now. You know, he actually makes a good point. Not only the like button, but much more useful, much more helpful is the share button. Especially right at the beginning of the live show. If you hit that share button and just sling this all over your Facebooks and your Twitters and your whatever it's using, get us some bodies in there, and that's always helpful. So, good morning. How you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough chit-chat. I want to get directly into it. Unfortunately, I've got to get right out the door as soon as we're done. Y'all probably heard me yammering before the intro started. I got to get out the door quickly this morning. So, I want to show you something. This...
Gas price is $4.06 a gallon in Georgia?
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a minute.
Uh-huh.
This is the trending page of YouTube, right? This is what people are watching right now. 108 million views. John Oliver talking about wrongful convictions. And without going too far down that rabbit hole, I can just about guarantee you without even watching the video that what he's going to do, so wrongful convictions, it's difficult to get them overturned even with compelling evidence. These are true things, and I guarantee you he's going to take a thing where there's a legitimate issue that could have legitimate solutions, and he's going to get it entirely wrong. He's going to fail miserably, but that's not the point today. Platinum Ticket, Kennedy Anderson's Lady Gaga covered, whatever. Who cares? Apparently 1.2 million people care. Mr. Beast, and I'll grant Mr. Beast does compelling entertainment content. 10 million views posted 2 days ago. 1,000 Tanks versus Titan Enderman. It's a video game. It's 10 million people spending 11 of their minutes watching somebody play a video game.
But it is Mr. Beast.
It is Mr. Beast, and he is compelling and entertaining. But, look at this. Clash Royale, Hermitcraft 9, right. The Baby Talks returned. Who cares?
Hey, wait a second.
I finally played WWE. Oh, good. You played a video game. Congratulations. Adam Savage hits a chunk of aluminum with a hammer.
Okay, to be fair, though, if they could pay us to play video games.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm down to clown.
Oh, I ain't going to allow him.
And one other thing. We had somebody show up with the name Rebel Jack fantastic name.
Yes.
It's like, and I get it. It's like the Union Jack, except America.
Merca. YT Auto Rezo to 240 instead of... Wow.
And Rebel Jack apparently is, he's into the technical specs.
And apparently Rebel Jack is on some shitty internet because I'm definitely coming at you in 1080. I could push 4K, but I figure it's just my pretty face. You don't need all that detail. You can tell there's black beard and white beard, and that's all you need to know. Right? So, okay, so... But we're like 9-10 videos down before it's even talking about Russia. And the whole Russia-Ukraine thing is just more distraction. There is so much shit happening right now. So much going on right now that matters to you guys. And a lot of it is elections have consequences type of stuff. Now let's take Russia-Ukraine for just a moment. And that is absolutely a case of elections have consequences. Even completely rigged elections where we are all 100% sure that there was chicanery and the election was absolutely stolen by one party, like, for example, the election of Vladimir Putin, every time he's been reelected over and over and over again. I thought you were about to
get us kicked off YouTube. I was like, what are you doing? Okay, all right, we're doing this.
You know, and any time a prominent communist rises to power, like, you should be suspicious of that election. Every time somebody with prominent far left communistic goals, objectives, and promises rises to power, you should absolutely be suspicious of that outcome. Whether it's Vladimir Putin, Volodymyr Zelensky, Kim Jong-un, VP Spit Roast and her manhandler.
Hey, Sean Stryker mentions Lindsey Graham's beard. John McCain's been dead for years.
What does that have to do with Lindsey Graham's beard?
Well, I mean...
Does Lindsey Graham have a beard?
No. Well, a beard in this context is when a homosexual uses something to hide their homosexual activity, and I always thought that in a bizarre way that...
Oh.
Say, I guess the joke just didn't land.
I missed it. I apologize.
Not that there's anything wrong with it. Lindsay, just admit it. Like, it's cool. You're a senator who's rich as hell, and you never got married. It's not suspicious at all.
I don't care what you do as long as it, doesn't cost me money or involve politics.
But yeah, elections have consequences.
But yeah, so basically we're looking at this this whole trending thing, and by the time you get into anything of substance, it's just pure distraction. Meanwhile, crude oil prices, 70-year historical chart. Oh, look at that!
Last I heard,
bada boom.
Last I heard, it closed at $117 a barrel yesterday.
The current price of WTI crude oil as of March 7th, so that's yesterday.
Oh, $119.40. So that $117 was pretty close.
Yep, and I've already heard opening at 1:30 this morning or somewhere around there. And of course, Russia's talking about, here's the thing from Russia. This is from Doomberg off of Substack. I've been taking a look at Substack. It's interesting. We see a shift from stigmatization toward criminalization of investing in higher oil production. Bob McNally, former White House official, this time it's different. Bloomberg, May 30, 2021. So that's a Nostradamian claim. But whether you think, okay, I don't need to read all that fluff. God, you fluffed this article, but really I'm looking for this chart. Basically, Russia is saying that if the ban on Russian oil goes into effect, and Russia's threatening to shut down some of its oil exports in retaliation, which is hilarious. Oh, you don't want to buy my oil? Well, screw you. I don't want to sell it to you anyway. But Putin's basically threatening, look, you will buy my shit, or you're going to see $300 a barrel on oil. And speaking of distractions, I've been seeing some articles coming out of the usual suspects the last few days. Is is our dependence on Russian oil really that bad? It's only 3% of our oil. Yeah, okay, it's only 3% of our oil. We need Russian oil bad enough right now because of the grotesque maladministration of the Bidens that we're talking about sending oil companies with politicians to negotiate with Venezuela for oil right now to deal with the loss of the Russian supply run. And as you're looking at that, okay, let's say that 3% isn't a totally massaged number. That 3%, what was it? 50? We're up to 50 million barrels a day. Not that we use in the United States, that we buy from Russia.
Times $117 a barrel.
Apparently not for long.
Okay, look, this is one of those things that bothers the absolute shit out of me. Okay, the problem is when you have paid attention for a long time, sometimes you start to notice the patterns and the trends, and you remember things that happened 10, 15, 20, 25 years ago, And I remember, okay, and this used to just piss me off, right? When in the fallout from 9/11, the first few years after that.
I remember going immediately and filling up my van, and it having been a correct decision at the time.
Okay, not only that, though, all right, but I remember one of the big talking points was the U.S. needs to no longer to be dependent on the Middle East for energy. It's caused an imbalance in our relationship. It's what allowed for Osama bin Laden to hide and Afghanistan to all of these things, all of these talking points. And so for years and years and years, it was like, oh, yeah, but I mean, to really ramp up our oil production here in the United States, it'd take 5-10 years. And you heard that over and over and over and over and over again. Well, 9/11 was more than 20 years ago at this point.
Correct.
So even if it would have taken 10 years to ramp up our energy production, we'd be 10 years past that point. Yep. Okay? And I don't believe for a damn second that it would take... Like, the Empire State Building got built in, 2.5 years.
Right. Well, a little over 5 years ago, we just went oil independent, just overnight, flipping a switch.
Right. And then remember when that bridge collapsed right here in Atlanta? And this is a major bridge. Right? This was a no bullshit...
I remember hearing about it and thinking, damn, I wish I had a drone.
Okay. But in all seriousness... that bridge, the company that rebuilt the bridge got a bonus. They negotiated their contract where if they could get it done early, they could actually get paid extra money by the city for getting it done early. And
if I remember correctly, when the bid was put out, when the bid was opened up for contractors to bid, part of the condition of the bid was that it would include a bonus based on the speed of the timeline and certain material economic considerations. And it was one of those things where it was just like, oh, by the way, this is what happens when you reward excellence. Productivity.
Yeah. Well played, Stryker. Was that the bridge Stacey Abrams crossed? One bridge too far? Yes.
She has trouble with gaps.
Look, we got the jokes. No, but the point...
That's why she doesn't like skinny bitches.
That's right. The point that... the point, all right, what I'm driving toward here, though, is I never believed that whole 5-10 year number anyway.
No.
Just didn't, okay? So if we really want to solve a lot of these problems, we don't have to have $4 a gallon gas, okay? We could...
I have to get to work.
No.
But you're right.
But my point is, at any point in time, okay... And
Sean Stryker, you just broke my brain with that mental image right there, because we was just talking about one chunky monkey. I don't need to see that in those skinny jeans.
Anyhow,
be like a sausage in the microwave.
Anyhow, it would not be difficult for somebody like, say, I don't know, Donald Trump, to bring all the energy companies to the table and go ahead and bring a bunch of like environmental, like far left wackos to the table and say, okay, we're hammering this out.
Well, yeah, because every important meeting needs, comic relief.
No, I'm not even talking about comic relief. Bridge over the river Kwai.
All right, Mario.
I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there. I promise. I keep getting interrupted. A guy like Donald Trump could bring everybody together, sit everybody down, and say, okay, what's it going to take? Because this is going to happen, all right? We are going to make this energy production happen. We are going to be energy independent. And you have environmental concerns. We've got all of these other, like climate change, as it were, concerns. We're going to go ahead and hammer all that out on the front end. And the deal is, somebody like Donald Trump could even set a precondition on it to be like, okay, you will guarantee that gas will not go over $2 a gallon for the next 10 years, whatever. Like, that'll be the ceiling. And oil companies would go, sure, great, let's do it. And then the other thing that I really remember is, like, remember the whole Pickens plan? Mm-hmm. Like, T. Boone Pickens had this idea to basically convert the entire civilian fleet of cars over to natural gas, which burns about 20% less pollutant into the air.
And our existing grid can deal with it.
Yes, yeah.
Unlike your electric cars. I mean, Teslas are dope. Elon's a beast of a troll. The plan is interesting, but we are way not there.
So all this foolishness about the 3% that we get from Russia and the we got to go negotiate with Venezuela. Like, seriously, we could freeze the price increase of oil and gasoline overnight just by announcing a plan similar to what I just said. Like, Joe Biden could put out a press release that says, I'm getting these groups together next month and we are going to hammer a plan.
Right.
And just making that announcement would freeze the price of oil.
Donald Trump could do that. Biden isn't competent.
Well, Donald Trump could get it done. Biden can say whatever he wants. It doesn't make it true. And it doesn't mean he remembers that he said it. Okay?
Excuse me. So, and these are just a couple of the important things that are going on in the world. Like Kamala Harris traveled to Eastern Europe as Russia-Ukraine war rages. This is some metapsychopathy right here. So this is part of the distraction.
No. Russia is a big country, and Ukraine is a little country
next to Russia.
And that's wrong.
Okay, I want you to understand something, guys. Here's a basic geography lesson, geopolitical lesson about political borders. Russia is this big. Okay?
Right.
As in, here's Russia, but all of it that matters is here. The rest of this is just cold. It's Ruse, Alaska. And it should be. We should all just go enlist in the Alaska National Guard, rise up through the ranks, and then mobilize, and just go annex most of Russia. It's just cold, and ice, and hate, and apparently tigers. We can handle that.
Yeah, look.
Be like a terrorist safari.
Anyhow. So, Kabbalah. Like, before...
Regent says, make the China-Mexico to NATO-Ukraine analogy. That'd take a minute, but I would like to point out, I saw a great meme yesterday that suggested we should go down and just hang fake signs on the Mexican border that say Ukraine, so the Democrats will deploy troops to defend it.
No, apparently they won't.
Yeah, apparently what happened is they called up all the border patrol guards from the Mexican border, and then just didn't send them anywhere else. It's like, now hold on a minute, you screwed up, and then didn't do the thing.
Anyhow, Kamala.
No, Sean, sending me to any war front is a war crime. Sending Kamala to any war front is a declaration of surrender. So, I mean, Kamala is going to be the one that goes and represents it. Look at this bitch. I mean, she's in. Remember when you were a kid and they tell you your face will freeze like that? I mean, I don't think I need to say. I don't think I need to be more explicitly graphic about the situation. But well, now, in fairness, given his advanced age, dementia, and probable additional physical limitations, it's likely the most positive thing that we can say about Joe Biden is that he's the only boss that Kamala's ever had that she didn't sleep with. So
You don't know that. To be
I'm
fair,
making some assumptions on physicality.
To be fair, Joe Biden doesn't know that either.
That's probably true.
Oh. But what's she gonna do? Like, I mean, apart from give like some of the most pedantic geography lessons of all time, like what's she gonna do?
She's gonna do what she does best. She's gonna get Putin and Zelensky in one room
And be the table?
and dare them to look each other in the eye through the process. And that'll be the end of the conversation. We come back with a cream-filled Kaiser roll and stick her next to the pretender in chief and hope she doesn't leak on the draperies.
In Mother Russia, Devil's Triangle, high five you.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. So on that note, I'll have to actually go ahead and close up the show and get out the door because I got to be in East Point in an hour. Y'all be safe out there. We love you, and we'll see you tomorrow when we'll talk more about this crypto issue that I was going to bring up this morning, but we just don't have time to dig into it. So y'all be safe, and we'll see you tomorrow.